Gaming isn't just about graphics or story, it's the mechanics that change everything. Some features don't just make a game fun, they shift the entire industry. From the classic joystick that started it all, to branching choices that made every player's story unique. Let's break down the 5 biggest game-changing features of all time. Plus, one that should have taken over the industry, but didn't. Let's talk about the most tragically underused game system ever, the Nemesis System, from Shadow of Mordor. Released in 2016, this mechanic gave enemies real personalities, memories, and rivalries. Get killed by one? He remembers. Humiliate one? He comes back stronger. You start to recognize them, their names, their faces, their grudges. It made enemies personal. And that's what made it so cool. It was different for everyone. No two players had the same experience. You weren't just fighting random NPCs, you were writing your own story of revenge and survival. So why didn't every game start using this feature? Warner Brothers, they patented it. Yup, it was too good and they kept it locked away. The Nemesis System didn't get the future it deserved. Now we have to wait until 2036 for the patent to expire, and who knows what new mechanics might be around by then. Alright, let's kick it off for real now. Let's start with the one that quite literally launched gaming. The joystick. Remember arcades, Atari, loose Xbox controller joysticks? This was the first real way humans interacted with the digital world. It was physical, it was responsive, and it paved the way for everything that came after. From thumbsticks to touchpads, games like Pong, Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, all built around a single stick and a button. Without the joystick, no consoles, no Fortnite, no esports, nothing. The joystick moved us literally into the world of gaming. The next one didn't change how games are played, it changed how we get them. Let's talk about Game Pass. Back in the day, if you wanted to try a new game, you had 2 options. Either buy it for full price, or wait and try and buy it pre-owned for a slight discount. Then, in June of 2017, Microsoft announced Game Pass, and suddenly gaming felt more like Netflix. For one flat fee, you had access to a massive rotating libraries, indies, AAA titles, day one launches. Day one launches. That was unheard of, and it didn't just benefit the players. It gave smaller developers a chance to be seen. You could take a risk with a weird little game you'd never buy outright before and find your new favorite. Now everybody's copying them from Sony to EA. Game Pass didn't just change distribution, it made access to gaming easier and cheaper than ever before. Now let's expand the map a little bit. Open world game design. Before the games like GTA 3, they were mostly linear. Level 1, boss fight, cutscene, repeat, you know how it is. But then, Rockstar handed us a city and just said, go. Everything changed. Now the mission was, well, whatever you wanted it to be. You could drive, explore, get into trouble, or just chill and take in the views. Games like Skyrim, Breath of the Wild, Elden Ring, they didn't just offer content. They offered freedom, and players loved it. Because suddenly, the world was yours to shape. Speaking of shaping things, let's talk about the mechanic that made you feel your decisions. Branching narratives, persistent choices. Games like Mass Effect and Detroit Become Human. These didn't just ask, what will you do? They remembered it. In Mass Effect, who you saved, who you romanced, who you lost, carried across 3 whole games. And that permanence, it gave your choices weight. You weren't just pushing buttons, you were deciding fates. You were living with your consequences. That's power. And that changed storytelling in games forever. And finally, let's talk about the game feature that made publishers very, very happy. The Battle Pass. Love it or hate it, the Battle Pass changed the industry. Before it, we had loot boxes, random, unfair, teaching young kids to gamble. But then, Fortnite dropped the Battle Pass. A system that had clear rewards and visible goals. A reason to keep playing and paying for it. It was monetization, sure, but it felt better, more honest. You earned the skins, you grinded for each tier, and that grind kept players engaged for months at a time. And now it's in everything from Apex Legends to Call of Duty and even mobile games like Clash Royale. It's become an essential part of the gaming industry, whether we like it or not, and it's certainly here to stay. So, there it is, from the joystick to the story-changing choices, to the grind of battle passes. These features didn't just innovate, they redefined what games are. So, drop down in the comments which one made the biggest impact for you. I want to know. And if you want part 2, please smash that like button, hit the subscribe, and I'll be talking to you guys later. Peace out.